using the circle as a form, basic form for painting. It is very symbolic to me. The circle is never ended, you know, and I believe that life is often this way in terms of stages of one's being, so to speak, starting from babyhood and moving on. If someone had told me before I came to live in New York that I would be living in New York, I would have told them they were crazy. But I came to New York because I needed the contact with other artists, and I fell in love with New York, and I don't think I ever will really leave. I think the secret of being able to do a lot of things is to think about but one thing at a time. I got involved with children when I first came here as a means of making a living, and I found I dug it. I get a tremendous amount of satisfaction from being around kids, and they give me a kind of inspiration, too. I found out that the Museum of Modern Art was looking for someone who had some experience working with children. And I went over to see what it was about, got very excited about it, got very involved in it, and ended up directing it. The basic philosophy of the Children's Art Carnival is that we are trying to develop creative human beings. Young people who are capable of the kinds of thought that goes into creating, say, a painting, a piece of sculpture, a collage, is ultimately the same kind of thinking that goes into producing a creative human being. Flexibility, imagination, the ability to rearrange and change, realizing what something is and at the same time being able to see it for what it could possibly be. And we feel this is what is missing in so many people's lives, not just the kids in Harlem.
Where is your house?
One thing that art does give is a sense of self, with the fact that there is something here worth seeing, even if nobody else can see it but me. I've gotten a release here. There's a part of me on this piece of paper, and that's very important. When I am in my studio, I have a pretty good idea of what I want to work on in terms of a major piece. I usually start with a sketch, and I block out the canvas with chalk after the sketch is done, and I know pretty much what I want it to be. The mood is the main thing that we're interested in. I block in most of my round paintings with color washes so that I don't have heavy impasto underneath the tissues. And from that stage, the canvas dries, and then I move to the tissue stage, and I block that in, and the tissues really build the structure of the painting. Actually, the structure starts with the sketch, and it's already pretty much laid out, but the strength of the painting is supported with the tissues. After that's dried for a couple of days, I move in with my heavy paints for my accents and contrast. It's not actually just putting the paint on the canvas. It's how much time goes into the thought that's needed to get the results that you want. To come up with a divergent, to come up with something that is not already known or already given. That could be good for me, not necessarily good for you, but at the same time something different from what is already known. And this is how a person grows. It's a constant hitting points over and over again, as you would in a circle. You go back and you repeat, but every time you spring out a little further and you come back and you spring out again.